Jai Shri Radhe, Sab Vaishnav ko Jai Shri Krishna. Continuing here, on day 89, Varta 67, the story of the Purohit continuing from yesterday. Part 1 continued. The Purohit set off. He arrived at the village where the elder brother was living, sought him out and went to his house. That son of the king was just returning after a hunt. When he saw the Purohit, he began to cry, saying, "Oh, look at my situation." He sat the Purohit comfortably and then went off to sell the prey he had caught. Having sold them, he earned 4 paisa. He put the money in front of Purohitji and asked him to use it to buy some supplies for him to cook, offer and eat. The Purohit said, "You should keep this money and live off it. I have no need for it." The Purohit asked him all his news. He told him, "I go hunting every day and sell whatever I catch, thus earning 3 or 4 paise. Sometimes I earn only 2 paise. I survive on this." The Purohit said, "Please tell me when you set off on your hunt tomorrow morning. I will come with you. You should only kill the prey that I tell you." They both went to sleep, and the next morning the Purohit got up and went off together with the king's son. On their journey they came across lots and lots of animals. The king's son would ask him and say, "Shall I kill this one?" And Purohit would say no. Then they came to a big lake. Both of them sat down in the shade of a tree near the lake. Many animals passed in front of them, and as they sat there, the king's son piped up, "Listen, I could get half a rupee for that one." The Purohit still said no. Many more came, and he refused all of them. Then came the time for the elephants to arrive. The 2 men climbed up the tree and sat on a branch. Many elephants came there. The Purohit pointed one out to the king's son and told him to hunt that particular one. The king's son shot his arrow and it hit that elephant. The elephant fell to the ground. Other elephants then left from there. Then the 2 men got up from the tree. The Purohit said, "Open up this elephant's skull and take out the pearl that is within." He did this. After thus extracting the pearl, the 2 of them returned home. The Purohit told the king's son to go and sell the pearl. Only sell it if the buyer is willing to pay 10,000 rupees. He did just this. He placed the money before the Purohit, who said, "Listen, use this wealth and be blissful. I am in need of nothing. Use it for your own expenses. If you see an elephant like this again, you may kill it, but you must not kill any other animal unless you will not find such a pearl again." These were his instructions to the king's son. He acted accordingly. The Purohit stayed there for 4 more days and asked the king's son where he could find his younger brother. He told him where, and the Purohit took his leave and set off. The Purohit found the younger brother's village and went to his abode. He asked after him, but he was not at home. The Purohit sat by his door. After some time he saw the boy approaching with an ox carrying a load of wood. He felt very sad when he saw the Purohit and embraced him. Both of them asked each other's news. The boy told him that he survived by selling the wood and that he brought on the ox's back. The Purohit told him, "Today you must sell the wood and the ox. Do not bring that ox home with you." The boy felt disturbed when he heard this, thinking, "I cannot see the future, but if I sell this bull, how will I be able to transport wood tomorrow? I will have to carry it on my head. The money I get from selling the ox will not last for many days, and if I do not heed the Purohit's words, then he might curse me. Therefore, I absolutely must sell it." He ended up selling both the wood and the ox. He got 20 rupees for the ox and half a rupee for the wood. He put the money in front of the priest, who said, "You spend this money, eat well, I have no need for anything." The boy took the money home and then brought some supplies and started cooking at home. He wanted to give the Purohit some supplies, but he refused. He said, "When you sit on the throne, then you may give me some. I need nothing right now." The boy said, "I can't see that happening to me in this lifetime." And the Purohit said, "The Lord is all-powerful. He lacks in nothing. In time you will be the king. Have faith." After taking his meal, the boy slept. The next morning when he woke up, he thought to himself, "Oh, today I shall have to carry the wood on my head. The ox is not there." Thinking thus, he opened the door and saw the exact same type of tailless ox standing at its usual place. He asked the Purohit, "What is this?" The Purohit answered, "Do not worry. This ox will always be at your door. Always be happy to sell the ox and the wood together." The boy set off with the ox to fetch wood, and when he had done so, he sold both the ox and the wood. He came home and gave the money to the Purohit, who said, "Keep this money at home." This went on for 4 days, and the Purohit asked the boy where his sister was living and how she was. The boy replied, "She lives in so-and-so village and is a prostitute." Purohit set off and travelled to her village. He went to her home. When she saw him, she felt most ashamed. The Purohit advised her, "Why are you suffering? This is due to your fate. What can you do about changing it?" She wanted to offer him some supplies, but the Purohit refused, saying that he lacked for nothing. The Purohit bought some supplies with his own purse, went to the banks of the lake, and cooked, offered, and partook of the Mahaprasad. Then he came to that prostitute's house. He asked her how she survived. She began to cry. He calmed her down. She then said, "Sometimes I can earn 1, sometimes 2, and sometimes 4 paise, and I survive on this." The Purohit told her to ask him before she went with any client that night. "Ask me before you accept anything from them." That evening, one lusty client arrived. He offered her 1 rupee. She asked the Purohit, and he told her to refuse. After that, other clients arrived who offered her 2, 2.5, and 50 paise, and Purohit told her to refuse all of them. Half an hour later, one client offered 5 rupees, and others offered her 10. Then she fell at the Purohit's feet and said, "I have never seen so much money at once. It is coming because of your power. I would be able to run my expenses for several months with this money. Please let me accept it." The Purohit told her to be patient because somebody today would offer her 100,000 rupees. Whatever anyone says to you, pay no attention. You may only get together with the man who offers you that much. She became very anxious, thinking, "Who on earth will offer me that much money?" After that, someone offered her 100. The Purohit denied him. Another offered 1,000. Another came in the middle of the night and offered 10,000 rupees. Still the Purohit refused. Someone again offered 25,000, and towards the end of the night, one king came there and offered her 50,000 rupees. Still the Purohit refused. Finally, one man came and offered her 100,000 rupees. She asked if she could go with him. Purohit asked her, "See, why were you of such little faith? See, did he give you or not? Therefore, you should see that patience brings good results. You just need to have faith." So we'll pause in this story now for today, and tomorrow we will continue. 67, the story of the Purohit. Aaj ke Anand ki jai. Sab Vaishnavan ko Sadar Saprem. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.